Hello there. Welcome to my Easter shave. I've not shaved for several days in anticipation of this. This is Saturday evening. Uh, this will be my shave for Easter morning. I shave in the evenings. And I pretty much, it's going to be a shave of what I think are some of the finest things in my den. Fit for the King of Kings. What I have, the best that I have, what I consider the best. So to start her out, our brush will be my Simpson Fill 8 in Best Badger. It's a Shade Nook limited edition brush. And the soap for tonight is going to be Martin DeCandra in the Brain Bowl. Thanks, Primo. This was a gift from Primo on the Shade Nook. So let's go ahead and move down and get started. 1 second. Just got out of the shower, wanted to close the shower curtain. Just because. You hear my Tony Miller strop down there. Excited for Easter morning. Our church just got the final inspection on our brand new sanctuary last night, and a bunch of our members spent last night moving all the pews and the pulpit and everything else, the musical instruments and all that, out of the old sanctuary and into the new. And I spent most of the afternoon and evening there setting up one of my PAs, and I used a set of speakers one of the other brothers had, because they're nicer than what I have. And just set up kind of a temporary type of PA until we can get our permanent PA installed there. But I'm just looking forward to a wonderful Easter morning service, celebrate our risen Lord, and worship with my brothers and sisters in Christ, and just have a fantastic service. Lovely stuff, this Martin DeCandra. Just fantastic soap. I'd love to try the Fougere version. This is the original, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, you guys, most of you probably know that I'm a lavender fan, and this is pretty much a lavender-based type of soap or scent, or however you want to call it. Fantastic stuff. Are there soaps just as good as Martin DeCandra for a lot less money? Yeah. Will I purchase Martin DeCandra if this ever runs out? Well, considering how long Martin DeCandra lasts, I'll probably, probably be a while before I have to worry about that. So that's the deal with that. But it's lovely stuff. Oh yeah. And this brush is always lovely. All right. Beautiful. And the razor tonight is my 6/8 Claus. And I thought that this was a round point, but I really believe this is like an Irish or a French point, a round point. If I can find it. Looks more like this. Yeah. Very much different. Fantastic razor. Both of those are fantastic razors. That other was my HL Shaw. But I love this Claus. It's a wonderful blade. Lovely. We've been looking forward to moving into the new sanctuary for a while. But our construction's been kind of slow, but we finally got it together. Now they moved my piano. Well, the church's piano, but I'm the piano player, so they moved the piano into the new sanctuary. And if you know anything about pianos, moving a piano is not really good on its tuning. And so it really has needed a tuning for like several months. 5 months, 6 months, something like that. But I didn't want to have it tuned and then them move it and throw it out of tune like a month later, and I didn't know when we were going to move, but I knew the sanctuary was ready. It just had to go through final inspections and stuff like that. And of course, for some reason, if you're anything else but a church, everything goes real well, but the county's really a pain in the rear end when it comes to a church. Anyway, so I didn't get it tuned. So I'll have to get it tuned just as soon as I can now. But you can play the piano in a certain way to avoid really bad sounding parts of it if you know that they're there in the first place. It ain't like a guitar. A G's a G. Now, I have known some fellas some old timers that were able to take any chord, a G for instance, and bend individual strings with their fingers to kind of compensate for whether or not the guitar was perfectly in tune. So that's possible. Their fingers in their ears. And who in the world ever heard of a tuner back then? Pitch pipe or tuning fork. But mostly their ears. It's kind of like I have a kind of a thing because I don't claim to be that good, but I grew up at a time when you didn't have the electronic tuners, and I learned with a pitch pipe and using my ears to tell whether individual chords. Well, that don't sound quite right, and a lot of the modern tuners that everybody uses now, if you say this to them, they don't understand what you're saying. But older guys will know what I'm talking about. Uh, but the G string, especially like when you play a D or an E, uh, even with the modern tuners, and I'm talking about electronic tuners, okay, they leave a funny kind of resonance happening in that G string, and you really have to go back after you tune with one of those electronic tuners and kind of tweak that string and maybe uh, the B string a bit, because even though it says, well, this string is in tune, those strings are not in tune. Those two strings are going to give you trouble. So you have to kind of tweak it just a tiny bit and use your ear to make it sound right. Like I say, some of the older guys, they know what I'm talking about. A lot of the guys that grew up with the electronic tuners and things like that, they don't have an understanding of that. They've played with that tuner and with the strings tuned to that tuner without any kind of tweaks or anything. Also, it sounds natural to them, but it doesn't sound natural to me. And you have to kind of do a little bit of playing around with those strings to get them, to get the chords to sound right. I don't know how we got on that, but I think because I started talking about having piano tunes, which is a whole nother monster there. Lovely. Man. Beautiful. Just a lovely, lovely blade, lovely shaver. That's one of the things I absolutely love. The heel of a straight four is that chin. It just, boom, absolutely baby, but ain't a, oh man, that's lovely. This along here. Yeah, better. Beautiful. Fantastic shave. Nice and smooth. Wonderfully smooth. Some cold water. And for the aftershave tonight, one of my favorites, Guerlain Vetiver. This is pretty much the only vetiver that I like. Every other vetiver aftershave that I've tried, or cologne or anything else, smells like somebody's dirty ashtray on me. I understand it doesn't smell like that to everybody else. It's smoky, but it doesn't smell like cigarette butts. But when it gets on my skin, everything else that I've ever tried turns to cigarette ashes, cigarette butts. There's a component in this that is not in anything else that I've tried, and it's a unique scent. As far as vetiver, actually, I'm going to have some more of that. It's a unique vetiver. That from all, and I haven't used a ton of it, but for all the vetivers that I've used, that's a really unique vetiver scent. It's the only one I like, but it's fantastic. I absolutely love Guerlain Vetiver. So, all right, I hope all of you have a fantastic Easter, and I'm looking forward to it myself. And thank you for being a part of my channel and for sharing my Easter shave with me. And God bless you. And I will talk to you later.